sir. Chennai. Hey guys, am I audible? Guys, quickly confirm I'm audible. Guys, is that my voice is clear? Yes, Vignesh is saying yes. Okay. Okay. So let's move to your next topic. So far, guys, in Java object-oriented programming, we have four fundamental concepts. One is inheritance, and another one is polymorphism, and third one is encapsulation, fourth one is abstraction. So in the 2-day session, right, yesterday and day before yesterday, we have completed our inheritance topic, and along with it we also covered polymorphism. So today we will cover encapsulation, one of the important topic, guys. Important topic with respect to interview point of view. What is encapsulation? In the real time also, there are multiple use cases with respect to encapsulation. What is mean by encapsulation in Java? That's what we are going to learn today. So it's very simple, but you have to understand, guys. Listen, let me create a class. Let me create a class. So what I can do, I can give a class name, something, say suppose, any class name we can give. Okay. maybe I can give one class name. Say the class name is user. User is the class name. User is the class name, and click on finish. I have a class name called user. Inside the user, I will create a few variables. Say one variable, say a string, which is name is one variable. And I have another variable, string email is one more variable for the user, and string password, it is my third variable. Let me take string, maybe some account type, it is maybe a fourth variable. So there are 4 variables I have created here. String name, string email, string password, string account type. There are 4 variables I have created. Now let me create one method also. So what I can do, I can create one method, void maybe a show is the method. Let me create void show is the function name. Void show is the function name. And what I can do, I can give system.out.println, and I'm printing the name, and along with email, along with password, then fourth one, account type. That's it. So there are 4 variables I have created along with one function, which is show. It is printing name and email, password, and I made the mistake here. See, I made the mistake, which is account type. Like that, I have created the 4 variables. Now, if I have a main method inside the class, I can able to create the object, right? User, which is Dinesh, is equal to new. I can create user, or you can tell like user1, which is equal to new user. And I can use this reference variable u1 dot name is equal to, which is Dinesh. u1 dot email is equal to some Dinesh email ID. Dinesh email ID. And u1 dot password. u1 dot password. Say suppose admin123 is the password. Then user 1 dot, I can tell account type. Say account type is maybe saving account of this user. And in order to call this function, I can call the function called show is the function name. Now right click here, go to run as, click on Java application and press OK. It's good, right? When I proceed this one, yes. Now see the console, Dinesh, Dinadas 1993, admin123, saving. Right? This is user class. We have 4 variables and we have a method, and we modify the particular variable and we can able to call this function. It is within a class. Everything, whatever that we have done, it is within a class. Now what I can do, let me create a new class. Say right click here, new create a class. The class name is hacker. Hacker is the class. Now hacker class has one main method. Hacker class has one main method. What he is going to do, you know, right? Who is the class? User is the class, right? Now he is going to create a name. User1 or user2 is equal to new user is the class, right? So now what he has to do, u1 dot, he is changing name is equal to, instead of Dinesh, he is changing, maybe same, instead of Dinesh, he is saying right, hacker. And u1 dot email, for instead of this one, is changing hacker.@gmail.com. And u1 dot password is equal to, say, is changing hacker@123. And u1 dot, we can call the method, which is, what is the method? We can able to call the next method, which is account type. Is changing the account type is maybe a current account. And system dot, and you can call u1 dot, what is the method is calling? Show is the method. Right? Suppose in user, we have one method called login. Here we have one method called login. Inside the login, I have to pass what? I have to pass a strong email address, and I am passing password. When I pass the email ID and password, I have to log in, right? This application. Maybe I have written some kind of logic. say suppose logged in successfully. Logged in successfully. Whenever if you pass the right username, say suppose I have an if condition saying I am writing email dot equals which is something, right? Email dot equals, or maybe like let me write like this, string e and string p, a string em means email. Suppose this email which is equal to em, this email which is equal to this one, then logged in successfully. Otherwise we should not log in, right? So whenever the email is matching, whenever the password is also matching, I can able to log into that application. So are you getting my point? See, suppose I have a class called user. And here we have a name, email, password, and account type. And I have created one method called void login. What I have written here, string em, string pass. So now I am going to pass some email ID. When it is matches with this email ID, when it is matches with this password, I am telling like it is logged in successfully. It is logged in successfully. Like that I have written. Logged in successfully. See, what is the email ID? Dinesh. What is the email address? Email ID Dinadas. What is the password? Admin123. When you pass these two information, I have to log in successfully, right? Yes or no? So suppose if I call u1 dot, what is the method name? The method name is login. Login. Where I am passing, which information I am passing. So if I pass this information, I have to log in, right? See, I am passing this also. Let me pass like this. And otherwise, if you are not passing the correct information, you shouldn't log in, right? Login failed. Like that I have written something. Login failed. Now let me run this code. Right click here, go to run as Java application. When you press OK, when you proceed, can you see here logged in successfully? Because we passed the right username and right password. That's the reason we logged in successfully. Now suppose if we make some mistake here, suppose if you are passing the incorrect data, when I run this code, run as Java application, when you press OK, and I can see login failed. Why login failed? Because you are not passing the right information. It is within a class. Within a class, I have written this basic logic. Within a class, what I am doing? I have created the 4 variable, name, email ID, and password, and account type. And I have created one method called login method. When you pass the correct information. But before that, what I'm doing, I'm applying some data to this variable. How? Initially, I have assigned, right? dinadas1993@gmail.com, admin123. Suppose I'm sharing this information to you guys. If I'm sharing this information to you guys, what you guys can do? You can able to log in. Suppose there is a hacker. What this guy is doing, right? This guy is updating your value. See, this guy is updating. Now he is trying to log in. u1 dot login is going to pass the email address, and along with is going to pass the password also. Is trying to pass in the password also. Now if you run this code, when you press proceed, I can see, right, hacker also can able to log in. That's the problem, guys. What is the problem here? I will tell you. Listen. In a bank, you are working in some bank, right? So they have created one place. This is considered like this is Dinesh place. For Dinesh, they have assigned some username and they have given the password also. But this username and password is the public username and password. That's the problem. This is the public username and public password. Public means everyone know. Everyone knows this username and everyone can able to change this username and password. That's the problem. Now, when you use the login function, here we have one method called login method. If you can able to change the username and password, you can easily able to log in, right? If you can able to easily change the username and password, you can easily log in. Yes or no? If my username and my password is public, Consider I have a Facebook account. If my username and password is the public username and public password, you guys can able to change it, right? If you guys can able to change it, you can able to log in, right? My profile. Is that correct or not? Is that correct or not? Are you clear? Yes or no? Is my username and password is the public username and password? Anyone can able to log in, right? Anyone can able to log in my application, right? Anyone can able to log in my application. That's what happening here. Here I am the user. Dinesh is the user. Within a class, no issues. Within a class, what I made, this is my information. Whenever if someone is a login by using my information, that's fine. But what hacker is doing, hacker can able to change my data. Hacker knows only my class name. Using the class name itself, they are changing the data. And they can able to log in. That's the problem. That is the problem. Now how to see? Then how to solve this problem? How to solve this problem? That's my question. See, anyone can able to change my data, my variable, my property, my state of an object. Anyone can change it. Hacker changing. Tomorrow, you know, some more guy is coming. Say right click here and right click new. Some other thing, maybe some other, maybe a admin team or maybe a cyber team or cyber. It's maybe a unsafe people. That is unsafe team. They also can able to change it with only if they know my class name. Say they will basically create user is equal to new user, and what they will do, they will use u dot. When they type u, then they have the email ID, right? They have the email ID. So they will tell like, hey, I am the unsafe guy, unsafe@gmail.com. Like that, they will give some email ID and u dot, which is password. They will assign some password also, and they will use u dot login. And what they will pass? They will pass this unsafe@gmail.com, and they will call this u password. Right now, if I run this code, when I print OK, I click on proceed. See, they also can able to log in successfully. They also can able to log in successfully, because I am allowing those people to access my variable. What I am allowing? I am allowing other people also can able to access my variable. So I have to restrict. What I have to restrict? A, you should not access my data. You should not access my variable. How to achieve this one? That's the question. What I have to restrict? If they know my variable, then only they are accessing. If I restrict my variable, will they able to access? Will they able to access? They are not, they are able to change my password. They are able to change my email address. That's the reason they are accessing. If I am violating, if I am restricting my variable and method, restricting my variable, will they able to access? That's the question. Suppose my ATM password is X. So suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. If someone is coming, they can able to change 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. They have changed. If they can able to modify, then only they can withdraw my amount, right, from my bank. If I restrict, they shouldn't touch my variable. They should not change my variable. Will they able to change it? Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Yes or no? So I have to restrict them. I have to restrict my variable. No one should access my variable. No one should access my variable. For that, see, it is an unsafe team. One unsafe team is available, one hacker team is available. Both are illegal people. They are accessing my data without my permission. They are changing my data. They are changing my data. For that reason, what I am going to do, it is a default variable. That's the reason everyone is using. So what I will do now, I will make this variable as a private, guys. Now, I will use the variable as a private. Let me create a private variable. Let me create the private variable. This is also private variable. This is also private variable. Now, will they able to touch? Will they? Okay, private. I will make my variable as a private. Private. Now see, will they able to access? They are getting an error. They cannot access it. See here, unsafe team also cannot able to access my variable. Hacker team also cannot able to access my variable because my variable is a private variable. My variable is a private variable. See, so if you want to restrict your variable shouldn't accessed by other classes, what you should do? You have to make your variable as a private variable. You have to make your variable as a private variable. Thereby, other people cannot, other classes cannot access those variables. Thereby, the state of the object also cannot be changed. State of the object means the variable. The variable cannot be modified by other classes. Anyone can able to access. Is this right? No. Your data should be changed by only by you, no other people. Are you clear, guys? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. Leave it. Still, I want to computer encapsulation. Just I have given what is private. Now you know what is private. Private means only within a class. Outside the class cannot access those variables. Now, I will tell you this then. Now, suppose I am going to create a new class. Okay, before that, I can create a new package also. Create new package. So the package is encapsulation demo. Encapsulation demo. And I can create a new class. Create a class. Create a new class. Suppose consider like we have many UPI apps, right? We have many UPI apps. Say suppose this is my Google Pay. This is my Google Pay. Or before that, I have an account in HDFC. I have my account in HDFC account. I have an account in HDFC. Right? Along with that, I have also integrated my HDFC account. Integrated my HDFC account in Google Pay also. You already know this thing. Google Pay. And along with that, in also I have another class which is my Paytm. Paytm also I have integrated my HDFC account. See, I have an HDFC account. I am the user of HDFC. And suppose in HDFC account, I have one variable. Say integer balance is my variable. I have one instance variable which is my integer balance. Or maybe you can create string account holder name also. Account holder name. Account holder name. Right? So I will create two methods. One is public void. Say suppose deposit is one variable. Deposit is one method. Say suppose I can pass some amount here. Thereby the balance should be updated, right? Balance plus or equal to. Then I am adding balance equal to balance plus amount. This is a simple, right? When you deposit some amount, what will happen? Already you have some balance that will be added and it will be stored in balance. In the same way, public void, suppose if you are doing withdraw. If you are having withdraw, I'm going to withdraw. What I'm going to send this. I'm going to send some amount. I'm going to send some amount. For that, what I need to do? I can also, how much amount that I'm going to send. If I send that amount, what will happen? Your balance, now it should be, already you have some balance minus whatever the amount that you have sent. It is a basic formula. Right? Basically, whatever the amount, maybe if you have in account, you have 1,000 rupees and you send rate around 500 rupees, then obviously it should be remaining 500. Now, suppose I will create one more method, say public void, say get amount, get balance. Finally, I will create one method called get balance. Is one method. And system dot out dot println. Get balance. Yeah. So I can write this is my balance. That's it. It's simple. I have created one variable balance, account holder name, and deposit, send amount, get balance. So who is the account holder? Maybe Dinesh is the account holder. Dinesh is the account holder. Now, Google Pay, Google Pay, I have a main class. Right? Google Pay that has been integrated with your HDFC account. That's limit, no problem. Now, Google Pay already integrated with your HDFC account. Now, you guys can download your net banking app. Through that also you can send the amount, or you can able to deposit, or you can get the balance. You already know. If in your mobile, if you have a net banking app, you can able to view your amount balance, and you can send some amount to some other guy, and you can withdraw also. Withdraw means what? You can send amount to some other guy, or you can receive the amount. The deposit means kind of receiving an amount. Receiving an amount. It is deposit, and it is a withdraw. And later I am seeing the balance also. This is very straightforward. Right? Now, inside the main method, what you guys can do, you can create the object, right? HDFC bank. Say Dinesh is the user considered, or the HDFC bank H1 is equal to new HDFC bank. Now H1 dot I'm going to see some balance. Initially, I have a balance of say suppose 2000 rupees. Initially, I have a balance of 2000 rupees. So who is the account holder? The account holder is considered like Dinesh is the account holder. Now what he is doing, right? He is going to receive some amount. He is going to receive some amount from someone, say 2000 rupees. He is going to receive some amount from 2000 rupees. Say suppose now if I check the balance, H1 dot balance, H1 dot balance, we will see what is the balance amount. So what is the method? I have written the get balance method. Get balance is the method. Get balance is the method. After that, I will send the amount also. I will send the amount, maybe 500 rupees I'm going to send. Now I will check H1 dot get balance. Get balance. Now see, this is initially I have the initial system dot out dot println. Let me write it is an initial balance. Initial balance plus I can print the balance also for your understanding. I will print that balance. So the balance is H1 dot balance. Or you can call the get balance method also, your wish. You can call get balance method also. That's your wish. What is the initial balance? So it is not returning anything. Okay. So see, let me remove this. And I can call H1 dot get balance. Okay. So after receiving 2000 rupees, what is the balance? That also you have to check it, right? Say now, here I am writing, right? After receiving 2000, what is the balance amount? This is after withdrawing, right? Okay. This is Control X. Here you can keep it. In the same way, I can copy this one. After withdrawing 5000. Let me remove this. After withdrawing. So this is we have written. Now if I run this code, run a Java application, when I press OK, proceed. See here, initial balance is 2000. After receiving the 2000, it's a 4000. After withdrawing, not 2000, which is 500. I made the mistake. After withdrawing 500, it should be 3500. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Can you confirm? Guys, can you confirm? Okay, leave it. So listen. Now suppose Google Pay, we have a Google Pay, right? It's an app. It's a third party app. Yes, of course, HDFC Bank is tied up with the Google Pay. That's the reason we don't need to worry. But consider like Google Pay is hacked by someone. Google Pay hacker. Like Google Pay is hacked by someone. What is happening, right? This Google Pay, what is they are trying? They are creating, they know, right, HDFC account. They are simply, they are creating an HDFC account and say H is equal to new HDFC account. Now, what is happening? This HDFC bank, they are going and putting dot, and what they are doing, they are setting the balance, guys. What they are setting? They are setting the balance which is equal to 0 rupees. See, initially, if I say, suppose if I say here 5,000, then obviously 5,000 rupees is available. But what I am doing, right? I am setting the balance which is equal to 0. That's the problem. That's the problem. What I am doing, I am setting the balance equal to 0. They can able to change the balance amount because this class is hacked by someone. Thereby HDFC Bank, they are able to access it and they can able to change this value. Now what they are doing, they are calling like account holder name also. They can able to change it. Say instead of Dinesh, they are doing like Suresh. They can able to change it. Now they are checking they are checking the balance. Now we are checking the balance. When I run this code, run a Java application, when I press OK and see it is 0. But I know I have deposited 5,000 rupees in my account. But Google Pay, what they made, they can able to change the variable and they made it as a 0. That's the problem, guys. Are you clear with this? Now Paytm is hacked by someone. What Paytm is doing? If Paytm, they have given a control, what the Paytm will do? Simply they will create an object. They can create an object, new HDFC account, and what they are doing, H dot, and they are setting the balance which is equal to 0. Everything they will withdraw. Or what they will do, they will send the amount. They will send the amount. They will, what they will do, they will just change the balance into 20,000 or 2 lakh. They will change the balance into 2 lakh. And this 2 lakh, they will send it actually. They will send it to some other account. Say suppose 20,000 rupees, they are sending to some other account also. Now if we check the balance, now if I run this code, when I press OK, and I proceed, see, I can see, right? Okay, here 2 lakhs, right? See, I am passing 2 lakhs. Now if I check this one, and whatever the money they want, they can able to change it. 0 rupees now I can see. That's the problem. That is the problem. If you want to avoid this one, what you should do? You have to make your HDFC Bank account as a private variable. If the HDFC Bank, they made like a private, what will happen? No one can access your variable. No one can access. But you may think like, hey, then can I not use the Google Pay or Phone Pay to transfer the amount? Yes, of course. You can use the Google Pay and Phone Pay to transfer your amount, but you cannot change the balance. You cannot change the account holder name. You cannot modify the variable, but you can call the method. You can send the amount, you can withdraw the amount, you can deposit the amount, that's fine. But you shouldn't change the variable. So how should I write this code? In such a way that, see, suppose, let me create a class. So this class is, say, suppose a bank account, and click on finish. This bank account, what it should do, it should create the variable, private variable. Private, say integer balance is one variable. And they can create the method also. Public, public also, no problem. Public, void, what is the method? The method should be, say, deposit. Deposit is the method. And I'm passing some amount here. And here I can write balance is equal to balance plus amount. In the same way, public void, and you can say withdraw. So here I can write amount. So if you come here, balance should be balance minus amount. Now, if you make like this, say suppose I will create public void get balance is one function. If you do like this, see suppose system dot out dot println, and I'm printing the balance now. I'm printing the balance now. Now, if we go other class, suppose new, create a class. Here the Google Pay is the class. Google Pay is the class. Now we have a Google Pay is the main method. Now what happened? Like Google Pay creating an object for bank account. They are trying to create an object for bank account. Yes, they can able to access. They can able to create the object. But BA dot, they can able to access this variable. Say they are going for this balance. BA dot balance is equal to, they are making 0. Will they able to do? Will they able to do? No, they cannot do, because this variable is a private variable. They cannot access the variable at all. What they can do? They can call the method. They can they will go here and they will just check, like I'm going to deposit. I'm going to deposit 10,000 rupees. And then I'm going to withdraw. Maybe 2,000 rupees I'm going to withdraw. And I can check the balance. So now if you check here, run a Java application and press OK and proceed, and they can see the 8,000. It means that they cannot change your field. They cannot change your data. They can only call the function. Guys, see, if you go to your bank, right, what you guys are doing? You just to do withdraw, deposit, whatever it might be. Will you be able to change the data in the database? You don't have that access. You can go to the ATM machine. You can withdraw the amount. You can deposit the amount. Will you be able to hack your ATM machine? Not at all possible. You cannot change your data, which is already stored somewhere. That's the thing which is encapsulation. Suppose, consider like we have one chocolate box. The chocolate box, that is completely closed. Here in chocolate box, inside that you have a lot of chocolate. Consider like you have thousands of chocolate inside the chocolate box. There are different variety or different flavors also available. Now in chocolate box you have a lid also, right? When I say lid means maybe there is a lock. There is a lock in chocolate box. No one can able to take the chocolate, guys, or no one can put the chocolate inside it unless or until you can open the lid. When you open the lid, what will happen? Someone can take the chocolate. When you close the lid, no one can access the chocolate, right? Exactly. That's nothing but an encapsulation. So right, tablet also, suppose, see, encapsulation tablet. You can see, right, this tablet. You can see the tablet. This is the tablet, right? Inside the tablet, you have a medicine. Your medicine is surrounded, right? Your medicine is kind of a data. The outside, if you want to access this data, what you need? You should access this data only by means of object. By means of object. If you take a chocolate box is a kind of object. And here you have a lid, right? Lid is nothing but a kind of method. Only through the method only you can able to access the variable. See here also, in your program also, we are accessing your, see here you are accessing your, if you take here you are accessing the variable. How? Not directly, but through the method. Through the method only you can able to access the variable, not directly. That is nothing but an encapsulation. Encapsulation means it is the process of wrapping the data and the method in a single unit, which is called object. What you are doing here, what is meant by encapsulation? If someone says what is meant by encapsulation, here you are wrapping. Wrapping means binding. Binding the data and the methods in a single unit. In a single unit or object. That's nothing but an encapsulation. If someone is asking how to tell this one, here you are making your variable as a private and you are making the method as a public. Anyone can able to access your method, but no one can access your data. If you want to log into your application, you should know your username and password. If you want to create your account, you should have some information. Thereby, other people cannot access your variable. See, suppose If you take a car, you can able to start the car. Yes, you know, if you want to how to start the car, you can able to start it. If you know how to drive the car, you can able to drive it. If you know how to stop the car, you can stop it. You can apply the brake. But internally, how the brake works, internally how the acceleration is happening, that and all you don't know, right? Only the engineer they know, only the car manufacturer they know. So that's encapsulation. It's a way of abstraction, maybe I can call on this. So here you are not revealing the field, you are not revealing the state of an object, only you are revealing the behavior. See, you can do this kind of operation in this car, but I cannot reveal the internal implementation. That's that's encapsulation. Are you clear? What is encapsulation? Suppose if we go with, I will tell you one more example. For better understanding, I will give you one more example. Listen. Suppose you are working with one e-commerce application. Consider like I am working with an e-commerce application. Inside the e-commerce application, suppose if you have a product is the class name. Inside the product, you have a product name. Suppose let me take Amazon.in. I will take one product also. Say iPhone. I will take one product, iPhone. I will take this product. This product has a name, right? Apple, iPhone 13, 128 product. This is the iPhone name. In the same way, this product has the price also, 61,499. It is the price. And also it has some stake level also, or maybe ratings. It has some rating. So which is around 13,151 rating, and they got around 4.6 out of 5. This is the rating. And along with that, they are also given some about this item. Description also they have given. This are, we can call it as a product information. You can see the product information, right? Now if this variable or the public variable, what will happen? Any customer, they can come here, instead of Apple, what they will do, right? They will make it as a Samsung, right? Or they will mark it as some other variable also, right? If this variable is a public variable, anyone can make it as a 30,000 rupees, right? 30,000 rupees, and they can change the rating also. If the Flipkart people, they are coming to the Amazon, what they will do? They will mark it as a 2.5, or they will mark it as a 0 rating. And they can change the description also. Worst description, they will write it. If this data and all, it is a public variable, means what will happen? That's the reason I'm saying. So this variable, always you should keep it as a public, not public variable. It should be a private variable. But add to cart means what? You are adding the product to the cart. And buy now means what? You are buying the product. This and all we can call it as behavior. This is not a variable. This is a behavior. Behavior and all, you have to keep it as what? You have to keep it as public. Because if you make this add to cart and buy now as a private variable or private method, what will happen? No one can buy the product. No one can add the product to the item. Yes or no? No one will do the checkout. So few things, whenever you are performing some action, that you have to make it as a public. If you have a Google Pay, if Google Pay is not providing how to deposit, how to withdraw, we are not able to see the balance, then why should I use the Google Pay? But if someone is coming inside the Google Pay, they can able to change the deposit value. They can able to change the balance value. Is it correct? No. That's what I'm saying. Field should be kept as a private, and function should be make it as a public. So thereby, through this public method only, you have to access this variable. That's nothing but an encapsulation. Are you clear? What is encapsulation? Everyone? Can I confirm? What is the main encapsulation? Everyone clear? Guys, if you have interest, you can just continue. Otherwise, you can leave from the group, guys. Can you tell me whether are you clear with the encapsulation? Right, listen. So encapsulation means it is the process of binding the data or methods in a single unit or object. So we can achieve encapsulation. What we are doing here? We are not allowing other classes. We are not allowing other classes to access the property, to access the variable or field or state of an object. Other class can able to access this variable. Access this variable only through methods or function or behavior of an object. So how to achieve the encapsulation? So we can achieve the encapsulation by creating private variables and public methods, public functions. Creating a private variable and public methods, then only we can able to achieve the encapsulation. If you ask me, why do we need to achieve the encapsulation? What is the purpose of encapsulation? Why encapsulation? There are several reasons. One is data security. What is the primary reason for achieving the encapsulation? It is security. Here we are securing your data security. We need to go for encapsulation, because encapsulation helps to increase the security by restricting direct access to a variable. Without encapsulation, what will happen? The data within a program can be easily accessed and modified, right? Along with that, code maintainability. When I say code maintainability, we can follow some syntax, right? Like private variable, public method. So the variable is not accessed by anyone. Only through the method only you are accessing the variable. So here we can easily maintain and changes the code, because changes to the internal working of object do not affect the rest of the code. So you have to call the method. You are not calling the variable here, right? So the important things, this you have to remember. So always your variable in the consistent manner, guys. It is very consistent state. Why I'm saying the consistent state? Every time. Here when you make your variable, say suppose, let me ask you one question. You can tell me. I have this, consider like it's a public variable. Public variable means anyone can able to access, right? Now suppose 2% simultaneously, one person is doing deposit, one person is doing withdraw. Simultaneously, when I say simultaneously, parallelly. Suppose say Dinesh is depositing 5,000 rupees and Suresh is depositing 5,000. Now what will happen? The balance should be zero, right? Initially balance is zero. Consider like initially balance is zero. And parallelly, Dinesh is depositing 5,000. Suresh is withdrawing 5,000. What will happen? It should show 0, right? Simultaneously. But what will happen when you do parallelly? This get balance method will confuse, right? Whether I need to do the addition or subtraction. Yes or no? Because it is happening simultaneously. It is not one by one. But if you go with the private variable, so even though two objects, they are doing simultaneously, here the variable is the private, right? It will definitely, do one by one only. So that's the advantage of your encapsulation. No one directly will change your variable. They have to access the method. Through that only they can able to access. So that's why I'm saying it is very consistent. Your data also will be in the consistent manner. Your data also will be very consistent manner. It is same. Are you clear? Simply speaking, simply I will tell you only one example to understand your encapsulation. Suppose I have a class. Say I have a class called car. Inside the car class, I have a variable. Say public or any variable. Public also, normal variable also. Say public string color is one variable. Public string make is one variable. Public string model is another variable. Suppose public integer year is the fourth variable. Now I will create a method. Say public void start engine is one method. Then public void stop is another method. And then public void drive is one more method. So there are three methods I have created: string color, string make, string model, integer year, and start engine, stop driver. There are three methods also I have created. Now here anyone can do any changes because it's a public variable. It is a public method. If someone is coming, they can assign the red color also. They can come here and they can make it some model. They can change the year also. But it is without encapsulation. This code indicates it is without encapsulation. Without encapsulation, anyone can able to change. Whoever thinking like they want to do some changes here, they can able to change it. But suppose I am going to implement an encapsulation here. New create a class and say suppose it's a new car or encapsulated car. Encapsulated car. Same code, guys. No changes in the code. Here what I'm going to do, instead of public or instead of anything, I will make all the variables as a private variable. It is my private. That's it. It is without encapsulation. This is with encapsulation. Here only this class only can able to access. Other class cannot access this variable. That is nothing but an encapsulation. You are securing your data. Suppose consider I have one private maybe say private integer minimum fuel, like that. I have made one variable minimum fuel. Say suppose minimum fuel. I should have at least 0.5 liter. Minimum 0.5 liter. If you have, then only we can able to start your engine. So what I'm writing one if condition saying that if a minimum fuel which is equal to 0.5, then only system dot out of println, you have to start your engine. Like that, this company people, they have written some logic. if a minimum fuel, which is equal to 0.5, then only you can able to start your engine. Right? This is, suppose if you consider like here, you can go here. Here also, let me write public integer minimum fuel, which is equal to 1.5, and I will write not integer, it's a double, it is a 0.5. I will write one condition. If minimum fuel which is equal to 0.5, and I have to start the engine, right? I can able to start the engine. Now there is the other car company. New create a class which is other car company. Car company, what they are doing, right? They are creating one main method, and they are calling this car class. Car is equal to new car. Car is equal to new car. What they are doing, right? They are simply C dot. Okay, 1 minute. Let me create this car class. This is car class. Here better I can make it as integer minimum, if which is equal to this one. Okay, let me like this and go to this other car class. What they are doing, C dot and the minimum fuel. C dot minimum fuel. What they are making? They are making like a 5 liter. They are making 5 liter. And C dot, they are calling the method. What is the method they are calling? Start the engine, right? They are starting the engine. Minimum, if it is a 5 liter, then only the car will be launched, right? Now right click here. Go to run as, click on Java application. When you press OK, when you proceed, right? See, we can able to start the engine. But what generally the car company thought, like, hey, if it is a 0.5, we can start the engine. If it is a 0.5, we can start the engine. That's what car company they have done. Say this is the Ford car company. They have done like this. But other car company, which is Suzuki, what they have done? Simply they are creating an object. And they are changing the mileage. 5 mileage. If it is a 5 mileage, then you can start the Ford car engine. It is not correct, right? It is not a correct statement. But if my car is my encapsulated Ford car, if my car is encapsulated, say this is, I can make integer minimum. Here also I can make minimum. If my car is encapsulated, other car company now trying to create the object encapsulated Ford car. F is equal to new encapsulated Ford car. Now they are trying 4 dot. They are trying to change my fuel. Minimum fuel. What is the variable name? Suppose minimum fuel name. Minimum fuel is equal to they are making 5 liter. Will it possible? No, man. It is not at all possible, because this 5 minimum fuel, it is a private variable. No one can able to access. Only they can able to start the engine. They cannot change my variable. Suppose this people, they are not changing. They cannot able to change even. Now they are trying to start the engine, but they have to pass the appropriate value. Suppose if they are passing 4, will they able to start the engine? Okay, what happened? Start engine. Okay. F dot start engine. What is that? Dot start engine. Integer, which is minimum, which is 4. Minimum fuel, which is 0.5, equal to 4. Okay, how it is starting? Okay. F dot start engine. Okay, not here. I have to comment this. Sorry. Let me run this code now. Java application. When I press OK, nothing I can able to see in the console. Only if you pass 0.5, then only you can able to start the engine. Right? So once again, let me go to here. What I should pass? Integer, right? Not integer, it's a double. Sorry, it's a double. Now let me run this code. Then only I can able to start the engine. See, I can able to start the engine. But if you pass some other value, say 6.5 you are passing. But will you able to start the engine? No, you cannot able to start the engine. This is called as encapsulation. See, that's the basic difference between your encapsulated Ford car, normal Ford car. Normal Ford car, they can able to change the value and they can hack your data. But if you go for encapsulated Ford car, they cannot access your data. They can able to only call the method. Are you clear guys now? Can it confirm? Good then. So if you are okay with this encapsulation topic, that's fine. In the interview time, people might ask what is encapsulation? Where do we need to go for encapsulation? And what is the purpose of encapsulation? First of all, you have to remember. And along with that, they will ask you to write some piece of code. Yeah, you guys can try to write the code. So remember, in encapsulation, only this question you can ask, you can expect guys at the time of interview. So the first question, they will ask you what is encapsulation. The second one is why do we need to go for? Why go for encapsulation? Why we need encapsulation? This is my second question. The third one, how to achieve encapsulation. And they will ask you to write some sample code. Write some sample code to achieve encapsulation. So this question you can expect at the time of interview. Apart from this, you will not expect any question. What is encapsulation? Where do we need to go for encapsulation? How to achieve encapsulation? Write some sample code to achieve encapsulation. So whatever that I have covered, that's more than enough. Please do practice and see the video. You will get the clarity on encapsulation. So if you have any question, you can tell me. Otherwise, we'll see tomorrow. Any question? Then thank you very much for your time. So we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.